Hello traders, today we're going to discuss starting over in 2024 trading 9 tips. I'm going to give everyone, this is going to be great for the new traders, even for the seasoned traders who are looking for an edge and are having a difficult time in the markets in the current conditions. I'm going to offer 9 tips to start over in 2024. Now before we begin, remember that trading is risky. Please don't trade with funds you cannot afford to lose. There are risks involved with trading. So starting over in 2024, day trading or swing trading, futures trading, stock trading, whatever you're going to do, let's start off with price action. Starting off with price action means avoiding all of the typical indicators that exist. So for example, if you're looking at moving averages, you're looking at Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels, MACDs, RSI, the only indicators that we really should be looking at is the ATR, the average true range, which is this line down here with a value of 4. And this is universal if you're looking at a daily chart, hourly chart, weekly chart, 20-second chart, 1-minute chart. So I have this on a 1-minute chart. This is what we're going to have as an understanding of price action. The next thing we're going to look at when it comes to price action is whether the market is in a trend or not in a trend. And so if you look at currently, the market is going down and you can see that this is a trend. Now the market is going either up or sideways. So as you can see right now, we have to understand whether or not the market is in a trend. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can understand if the market's in a trend or not. There's a couple of things that I like to do when it comes to understanding a trend. I look at time, I look at number of candles. So there's a unique way of looking at price action, things that we teach here at Day Trade to Win. The next thing we're going to look at is using a practice account and understanding the charts without risking any real live money. Instead of opening up a brokerage account immediately, especially if you don't have any experience, use a practice account. So I use NinjaTrader, which is free, and it does include live data for 2 weeks. So we recommend NinjaTrader. You can use any trading platform that you wish because we're going to focus on price action. The software that we have is available with NinjaTrader. So a practice account is really important so you are able to learn and understand without risking any money and making mistakes. Next, we're going to look at trading very small and learning in increments starting with the micro contracts. The micro contracts are 1/10 the size. At this point, it's not about making the $1 million that you want to make. It's about learning and making the mistakes without losing a lot of money. So micro contracts are perfect when you're ready and after you've practiced and you understand a little bit more about trading. Now the micro contracts here on NinjaTrader, you can come right here to the drop down menu and they have here a section called micros, and we recommend the micro e-minis, but you can choose any of these micros. So I'll come here to MES, which is the micro e-mini, and this is going to give you the micro chart, the micro contract. The prices move up and down in the same way, but really the risk is much smaller. So you're not making that much money on every trade that you're making, but you're learning. So the micro contracts, unless you do 3, 4, 5, 10 of them, this is a learning opportunity using the micro contracts. Fourth, understanding the concepts of slow versus fast market environments. I touched on this earlier. I like to use an understanding or have an understanding of whether the market is fast or slow. I use the ATR, the average true range. So let me just show you what that is. It's this line here on the bottom. When you come here to indicators, it's called the ATR, the average true range, which is right here, ATR. I already have it on my chart and I use a setting of 4. And what this does is it explains to me that the last 4 candles, high to low, on average are moving a certain distance. When the market is slow, typically we have a lot of chop and the market doesn't trend, we don't have any movement. So when the market is slow, the ATR is small. I like to dictate that with a setting of, or I should say a value of 1. So whenever the ATR, the average true range, is here at 1, or lower, it tells me that the market is typically slower. You may want to stay away. And you can see that right now the market is above 1 and it's pretty active. Now, if I come back here and I look at the ATR, actually I had a little bit right there, and you can see that how many of these choppy trades and whipsaw do you see here whenever it's below 1? So there is a relationship when the market is slow compared to a choppiness and a non-movement. We want to stay away from that. Now, at the same time, we know the market is slow by using the ATR, but you can also dictate when the market is too volatile and too fast. So we had a news event this morning, and you can see at 8:30, typically the news events come out at 8:30, and we see this huge spike in the average true range because these candles are huge. So each candle here on average is 7 points, 8 points, 9 points. It's a very strong market. So we like strong markets. We like volatility, but this may be too strong for the average trader. So whenever you see the ATR above 5, 6, it tells me that we are in some hot tamale sauce volatility. You need to be very careful because it's so easy for the market to move and go against you under these conditions. And since the market is moving so fast, let's wait until it gets back to normal. So our goal is whenever you see the ATR above 5 or 6, this is typically a stronger market. You may want to stay away. And you can see here that anything in between is considered healthy and normal, and that's what I would focus on for the new traders and for the seasoned traders as well. You don't want to be risking unnecessarily. Number 5, don't overtrade. Know when to stop. If you're trading all day long and you're not seeing any results and you're winning, you're losing. You're winning, you're losing. How many times can this happen? All you're doing is making your broker rich. So what that tells me is that overtrading doesn't really help you. 1 trade, 2 trades, you already have a sense of where the day is going. If you're trading 10 or 20 times a day, we really have to see a result for doing so. Now, trading 5 times a day, it's normal. It's not a problem. Maybe even 8 times, up to 10, you're pushing it. Overtrading is a big problem. Revenge trading is a big problem. Know when to stop. So as an example, you don't have to trade right until the end of the day. The end of the day is typically slower and is unpredictable as there's a squeeze on day traders. So trade during a certain time of day, which is now number 6. Time of day is really important. You don't have to trade from the beginning of the session to the end of the session. Pick a block of time, 3-4 hours within that day, that the market is healthy without interfering with news events. Time of day for me is typically after the market opens, maybe 15 minutes, half hour after the market opens, making sure there's no news events, and then 3 hours between 10 and 1 or 2 o'clock, and that is a perfect block of time to trade. So time of day makes a big difference when you're trading. 7, news events. News events can typically ruin the day because we don't know if the news is going to be positive or negative. We don't know if there's even going to be a reaction to the news. We don't know a lot of things when it comes to news events. Sometimes a news event may start off in a bullish candle and then reverse and it collapses. So it's a reversal. So news events are unpredictable. The one thing that is known about news events, when they occur, there's usually an explosion. So stay away from getting involved with news events, especially in this type of market where any interest rate hike or lowering of an interest rate going into 2024 can really impact the market. The housing market is very dicey right now because of interest rates. So just consider whether or not you want to be involved in a 5 or 10 minute explosion of uncertainty. Stay away from news events. After the news event is over, the market typically gets back to normal. Great. So you can see the news event here at 8:30. It happened, it reversed, and then the market got back to normal. So that's fine. You can trade when the market gets back to normal. Just avoid the news event and being caught up in that chaos. The typical indicator that everybody uses, whether it be moving average crossovers, MACDs, whatever the case may be, they are subjective. You have values linked to them. So if you see all of these indicators here that exist, all of them here, they are all customized to a value. Now, we don't know what that value, the perfect value, is going to be, so it's subjective. Today we'll use a value of 5, tomorrow we'll use a value of 10, the next day we'll use a value of 14. So using values with indicators, which will then curve fit data, is a problem. Avoid regular indicators, because typically they may work in the past, and those values may have worked in the past, but they don't generally work into the future. So all of the moving averages, moving average crossovers, the MACDs, the RSIs, all that stuff, it may look good on paper, but moving forward it rarely works. So you have to use price action based indicators. How are the candles working? Do we have 2 candles or 3 candles closing above or below a certain value? Do we see reversals? Do we see support, resistance? So those type of indicators that are typically custom, those are much better than the conventional indicators. So stay away from what everybody else is using and focus on indicators that are based on price action. And as an example, the blueprint, the trade scalper, the at the open, those are all methods that we include indicators with, but they're based on price action. We don't have to optimize values. We don't have to give it a value for 3 today, 10 tomorrow, 18 the next day. So indicators that have values that you can adjust and change typically aren't as good as price action based indicators. Number 9, stop following the talking heads on TV that give predictions about where they think the market is going. Instead, focus on price action, get a trading mentor, follow people that actually understand and know how the market works, not just what they expect to happen or the news events with FOMC that are going to come out. If you find a good, reputable person, a mentor that knows the market, understands what they're seeing, and doesn't use the conventional indicators to help them understand trading, you're much better off. So find a friend, a person, a mentor, somebody that already is a trader and can guide you and answer those questions. If you have any questions on any of these topics, leave a comment below, subscribe to the Day Trade to Win YouTube channel, and I'll see everyone at the next video. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. If you want to learn more on the software and courses that focus on price action, visit daytradetowin.com. The links are in the description of this video. There's a free member account available for everyone. Log in, subscribe, download the free news indicator, and you're set to go. Until next time, good trading.